Hello, Tim here. Welcome to Shop Talk with Tim. I don't know how many of you ever heard the word Kolrosing. It's new to me. I hadn't heard that word until last summer. But Kolrosing is similar to wood like scrimshaw is to whale's teeth and whalebone. Scrimshaw, and I have a picture here that shows a whale's tooth etched in with a knife by some sailor, and this is from an antique store that I saw. They carve the image and etch it in, and then use a pigment to wipe in, and so it highlights the image. Kolrosing is a form of scrimshaw only on wood. It's just a way to enhance wood. And I found out about this from a guy in Nordic Fest, or a Scandinavian festival in North Dakota last summer, and I watched him make this. Embellishing wood is a very common Norwegian tradition in Scandinavian. This is not to be confused with rose mauling, is decorative painting. And if you were not well off enough to buy paint to do that, to embellish simple utilitarian things, they would just carve it into the wood, and then the coal part of it means it's rubbed in with coal dust. So I was told that doing this image like this, it can be done with coffee grounds, or I'm going to use this stuff called rotten stone, which is like pumice. It's a polishing compound, very fine dust. But we'll get to that in a minute. I want to show some examples from this book called Treen and Other Wooden Bygones, or Treen for the Table, I guess. So here's an example of the imagery. So it's called scratch carving. You see the engraving, and then it's been pigment, and this is kind of interesting. So it's kind of like a deer or an antelope or something. This is kind of reverse one. This is probably a little bit deeper cut. And I've seen this stuff, I just didn't know what it was. And I've actually done it, and I didn't know that that's exactly what it was. I mean, technically, I didn't pigment this. I made this years ago and just scratched it in with a dividers. And this is a reproduction from some book I got that out of. I don't even remember when. This is quite a long time ago I made that. But it intrigued me as I get older, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do at some point in time when I no longer can run machines, and my hands, because of injuries I've had, are getting more stiff every day. And how much can I hold on to things and work with my hands? And I could still draw and things like that, but working with wood, I think this is a pretty cool thing. I was just really intrigued with it. And I watched the guy make these things, and I bought this one from him, and he put his name on the back side here in 2025. And that's why I bought it. He had some other ones that had different years on them. So these are just butter knives. And I made my first one just to experiment. This is kind of a Norwegian motif, this snowflake or star, I guess. So I did that, and then I made this one here. And then I decided I'm going to make some tools, and I can use wood carving tools, and I have gouges and all that. I could do an image like that with those tools, but I made all these tools out of just very simple things. Now this one's a steak knife that I've got at a thrift store. This one's the same blade, only I made two knives out of it, and then I turned a handle for it. This one I used the original holes and riveted in there. This one I couldn't drill through that, so I just epoxied it in. The difference between these two knives is I just left the tip, and I rounded it and I'll show you why I did that. And then this is like a skew chisel straight. This one is made from a broken chisel bit. I just made a handle for it, and that's more for pushing in this way. And see, your handles don't have to be sophisticated. This is just a piece of pine and a nail. This is a cut nail that I sharpen like a chisel. And this is also like a chisel, I mean a cut nail rather, sharpened like a gouge. And I'll show you why I did that and how I'm going to use these things. In this one, it might be hard to see, but it's going to be kind of like a little flower with some berries. And so to do the berries, I'm going to, this is just a sample cut so you can see what I'm doing. So I do 1/2 of the berry. So I don't know if I can swing this around. Because this is all new to me, I'm just discovering it, and I've only done a couple of these, and I'm just showing you kind of the journey I'm on to find a new hobby. What I'm doing here, and we'll just finish this one up, this is a very simple motif. So I'm just going in deep, and I suppose I could make it in further if it doesn't seem like it's highlighted enough by the time I'm done. So I'm almost done with this one. And then we'll see what it looks like once I put the, I'm going to use rotten stone buffing compound. I mean, that's what they use for buffing out metal, and it's used for polishing finish on wood. Once you've got your final coat on there, it gives a soft shine to your work. But it's also used as a paint additive, and I don't know. I just really enjoy the old techniques and just the fun of doing something creative that doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't make much of a mess. I think I got pretty much all this done. Now, the reason I have the red pencil mark on there is I sketched it out one way, and then I wanted to be sure I changed it up a little bit. I might have some double lines here. So like I said, it's just a little bit of a learning curve for me. Now I'm going to use some, I guess this is 150 grit sandpaper. So I'm going to sand this out. So I got a rag here. I'll wipe this off. You can't really see too much yet. Let's see what happens when I put this pumice on here. I'll just rub it in. And I was told that, you can use coffee. I think I used coffee on one of these just to see if it would work. Yeah, and it does. You can probably use other things for pigment. All right, let me see how this worked. If it doesn't show up very good, this is walnut oil. Well, that's pretty cool. See how that come out? Now, because I had too many lines on there, I got kind of double line. So it's not, and I missed a spot there, so it's hard. Now, one of the things I should say, why I have a rounded end on this one is I can rock it like this. Because sometimes when you're doing a cut with the utility knife, especially if you're going to do a long linear cut, when I would use this knife for, it might be hard to stop it because you got to press down and you're putting some pressure on it. This one, if you rock it, then you don't have to worry about having a stopping point. You're not running the risk of overshooting where you wanted to stop. What's intriguing to me about this is that it's so simple, and I thought it was like wood burning. When I'd see this stuff on a butter knife or a dish or even a fiddle, like a Hardanger fiddle, they have this kind of decoration on here, a lot better than what I'm doing here. But for some reason, I just always thought it was wood burned putting the walnut oil on here darkens the whole wood up, and it makes it stand out a little bit. So that's my first attempt, actually second attempt after these, but I'm going to keep trying and try to improve my technique. I think it'd make a nice gift, and I hope to make more of those and just try my hand at doing even decorating turn stuff like this. So it's just a new thing that's really old, and I'm like I said, I'm intrigued by antique methods and traditional techniques. And hopefully you find this interesting as I do. And good luck on your journey to discovery things, and hopefully it's helpful to somebody. And if you got any questions, let me know. Please leave a comment, and please subscribe, and please give it a thumbs up if you would. And we'll see you next time.